Shalom to you all. I'm Steve Linde, the editor-in-chief of the Jerusalem Post, and it's my pleasure and privilege to moderate what I think is going to be a fascinating panel, perhaps the most important in the whole presidential conference. Certainly an issue very close to President Shimon Peres and his vision of a new Middle East. Should we wait it out? Israel and a changing Middle East. That's the topic. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome Meir Dagan, the former director of the Mossad and head of counterterrorism in the Prime Minister's office, today the chairman of Gulliver Energy and the director of the Israel Ports Authority. It is wonderful to have you with us today. Ambassador Professor Dan Kurtzer, the S. Daniel Visiting Professor of Middle East Policy Studies at Princeton's Woodrow Wilson School of Public Affairs, the former ambassador to Israel and Egypt, as well as Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for Near Eastern Affairs. Lovely to have you too. Lots of titles here. Ambassador Professor Itamar Rabinovich, the founding president of the Israel Institute, a distinguished global professor of New York University and non-resident senior fellow at the Saban Center. He is also professor emeritus of Middle Eastern history and a former president of Tel Aviv University, as well as former director of the Dayan Center. And of course, he's a former Israeli ambassador to the United States and former chief negotiator with Syria. Welcome, Ambassador Rabinovich. Ambassador Dr. Dori Gold is the president of the Jerusalem Center for Public Affairs. He served, as you recall, as Israel's ambassador to the United Nations from 1997 to 1999, and he was foreign policy advisor to Prime Minister Netanyahu from 1996 to 1997. Welcome, Ambassador Gold. Finally, last but not least, Seema Shine is the head of the Iran division at the Ministry of Strategic Affairs. She has previously served as the deputy head of the National Security Council and the head of research in the intelligence division in the Mossad. Welcome to you. The dramatic upheavals of the Arab Spring have significantly changed the face of the Middle East and Israel's strategic planning field. Experts and policymakers are divided over the political significance of these changes. There are those who claim that right now we should be patient and wait it out for the regional picture to become clearer. Others say it would be a mistake to ignore the new strategic environment. The crisis in Syria and the election result in Iran have made the question a more pressing one. Would it be advantageous for Israel to take diplomatic steps or other steps now so that it can participate in shaping the new Middle East, as President Peres would have it? Is Israel's involvement possible or even wise? Should we just sit back and watch as the rest of the region sorts itself out?